Alright, we've got another watch review coming at you today. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you're probably looking at this and saying, hey, crazy, you already did a review on this. Yeah, you're kind of right. This is another Helm Vanuatu. This is version 2. We've got a new and improved version. This has been out since I think August 15th. I've had it for about a month, so I've kind of put it through the test. I've worn it to work every day. I've taken a shower in it. I've washed my hands with it. I haven't gone swimming, but I've put the hose on it when I was watering the garden, did all that stuff, and again, flawless. So we'll go over what's included, standard features, and then the improvements. Again, this is all about improvements. Version 2 is going to look very similar to version 1, but they're improvements. So what's included? Obviously, you get your outer sleeve here, which I've already taken off. The box, which I love the box. I kind of raved about that last time. Manual again is Velcro to the top. You do get a NS1 stainless steel bracelet, full length, which I haven't taken on the package yet. I very rarely wear bracelets, usually straps. And then you get some extra screws for the strap and some extra lug pins. Then of course the watch itself with the NATO strap, which this is what it came with, kind of a James Bond style. I think my last one came with an orange one. And then you get a microfiber cleaning cloth there. As far as the old one, I was going to try to have it here to review, but as soon as I knew this was coming, like I said, I've had it for about a month. My aunt, she's obviously a lady, but she likes big watches for a lady. So I gave it to her. I was going to let her borrow, but I kind of gave it to her, and I was going to get it back before the review, but she lives about an hour away. I didn't have a chance to do that. So side by side, you're not going to notice a lot of difference anyway, but it would have been nice to have it here. Maybe I'll try to get it back at a later date and go over that. But anyway, so back to the basic features. Go over the movement, which is NH35 Seiko. That hasn't changed. Seiko has a claim reserve around 40 hours. I've tested this twice. Like I said, I've worn it every day, but I had 2 times where I wanted to just test the reserve. And one time I got 52 hours and the other was like 55. So way over the 40. I don't know why. It has probably nothing to do with the watch. I just luck, I guess. The last one did really well also. But I've got some other watches that are claim 48-hour reserve and what have you. And they're not Seiko. They're supposedly more expensive or better automatic movements. And I'm not getting anywhere near that. So I obviously have pretty good luck with this. And even my that Invicta that I customized, I seem to be getting better than 40 on that as well. So I don't know why, but I am. As far as seconds lost and gain, I haven't noticed anything. I think over a 2-week period I lost about close to 40 seconds, almost a minute from what I noticed. About a minute, I think, is what it was over a 2-week period. It could be more than that. I don't have I didn't really look at it, but just judging by the computer, like I'm looking at it right now, I've got it running with the seconds, and right now it says it's 7:40. It just turned 7:46, and we're at not quite 45. So maybe a little bit more, and that's over a 2-week period. So the reserve is more important to me. Basic features here: you've got 42mm case. The crown to case is 46mm. All stainless steel case, 316L stainless steel. Lug to lug is 22mm, so that's important if you're going to order new straps for it. Make sure you get 22. And then lug to lug is 50mm right there. Height, 14mm, which I think is awesome. I love a thicker watch. And with the NATO strap going under, it makes it look even a little thicker. So that I really dig that. Of course, your crown is at the 3 o'clock position there. And it's just like every other crown, and we'll go over that because there's some improvements there as well. So we'll go over that in just a moment. Of course, screw down case back. Now I took the case back off the last one. I'm not going to do that here, just time constraints and what have you, and I just don't feel like doing it. But again, I've worn it to shower. I've been watering the garden. I've got water on purpose. I've washed my hands with it. I've done everything with it, and I don't see any condensation there at all. The old one didn't have any either, and I opened it up. I mean, haven't swam with it, but no condensation, nothing like that. Which I guess I should mention, it is 300 meter depth resistant, so plenty of depth resistance for diving, I guess. It's water tested, it's pressure tested, everything like that. So good to go there. We can actually, let's see here. So that's all your basic features. Now some of the improvements, we'll go over those real quick and then we'll get into some more details. Some of the improvements, I don't know if you remember the last time, my one gripe was the crown. Now, what they've done is they've just improved the knurling, or the, you know, on the crown, so it's not hard anymore. I mean, it was, that old one was very difficult. This one is not hard at all. It's, I'm kind of surprised. It appears to be pretty much in the same placement, but nothing really major there. I mean, I don't know what they changed, what all they changed, but it's a lot better. I mean, I could tell you what they supposedly changed, but it sounds simple enough to me. Is that they've let's see here. Sorry for the moment of silence. Oh, just higher profile teeth. So kind of what I thought. Higher profile teeth. That's all it took. That simple little fix. So it's still got the same great looks. It's not sticking out too far. That's one thing about the Marathon. It's easy to grab. This one is now, but it sticks out a little far. This one is perfect now. Absolutely perfect. Love it. Another improvement, which I didn't really hit on a lot last time, is the bezel play. Mine didn't have much bezel play at all. This one has none. I mean, it's solid. That is one of their #1 improvements. So it ratchets smoothly and without any play. I mean, there's absolutely no play. And that's some of the complaints that some of the end users had, was play. It doesn't bother me. And the one I had, version 1, didn't have a whole lot. It had a little, I'll be honest. This one has 0. I mean, absolutely no play. As far as the case back, they made some improvements there as well. We'll go over there with that. So they've done some stamping and etching, like a combination, which gives it a smoother look. Again, I didn't have a problem with the old one on that. My main problem with the old one was the crown, and they've improved that, and they've done so much more. Got a little dirt on there. So they've improved that. As far as the hands, this is going to be hard to notice in the camera. What they've done is they used to have solid hands before. So what they've done now is they're filled. And they're using a Super-LumiNova BGW9 pigment. So a lot brighter, and we'll show you that. We'll turn the lights off in just a little bit here and show you. It is a lot brighter. I think the last one, I didn't really complain about that one. I'll have to look. Wasn't quite, I don't think the Lume lasted a long time on the last one, but it was kind of had a blue-white tint. This one is bright, really, really bright. I'm getting my fingerprints all over this. It's wonderful. Wipe it off again. And one of the changes you can't see that they've done is the case back. So again, they're just making improvements. Not necessarily anything was wrong. Before they used to use an MBR gasket, which is a rubber gasket. Excuse me. Now they use a DuPont Viton gasket, or Viton. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's a new gasket for a better seal. So that's in the back. We can take it off and look at it, but I'm not going to. So as far as price, $275. So $275, I don't think you're going to find a nicer watch. I mean, anywhere for $275. Like I said, it does look a lot like the Marathon, which we'll grab that again. I do have that here. I'm not going to give my aunt a $1,200 watch. Of course, I haven't worn this in quite some time because I've been wearing this. So here's the Marathon. And what I like about the Helm is it's not as busy. See, the Marathon's kind of busy, and also the even though they're the same size bezel, pretty much case, everything, the actual face or the of the watch, you know, as far as everything in there, it's so much smaller. There's so much going on, and I just like this one better. And see how I was talking about the crown sticks out a little far? It does stick out a little far. This one, it's perfect now. I like this one because of the ease of adjusting, and now they've fixed that with just some better grippage, pretty much, for the most part. So, very similar to that, but for a fraction of the price. $275 or $1,200. You decide. I mean, and I didn't mention any names, but this is the one that loses a lot of time, and I don't get a lot of... I get decent reserve on it, but it does lose a lot of time. And it's not old. It's pretty new, actually. So it's nothing to be... I don't think there's anything about it needs adjusted. It's just not cutting it for me right now. So, as far as the bracelet, one thing they've changed, which I didn't really look at the old bracelet a lot, excuse me, but they've actually done some, well, they've got larger spring bars. I don't think I mentioned that. 2mm. But as far as the actual, they're single-sided screw pins for the case, for easier, so one side's totally clean right there. But now they got single-sided screw pins, which apparently before they were double-sided. I never even noticed. And the case, or the actual bracelet, does feel a lot more flexible. So I think they're saying this is more for look, but I think this might have been for movement too. I do recall the old bracelet being rather stiff. This one is like a wet noodle. So I'm not a big bracelet wearer, but I probably will put it on at some point just because it does feel really good. It's not edgy, anything like that. Let's actually take it out of the package here. You know, they all give you these little things that say open over here, but they never open up that easy, or I'm just a complete buffoon, which is probably a combination of the both, of the two actually. So let's take that off. In a minute here we'll go over the Lume, which is again fantastic. $275. I mean, that's a heck of a bargain. If I had known this watch existed before I got that Marathon, I probably would have never gotten the Marathon, to be perfectly honest. And the Marathon's a great watch, don't get me wrong, but I like the look of the Marathon, that's why I got it. And this, I like the look and I like the performance. Okay, I'm not going to take it all off. But anyway, you can see that it's, like I said, it's like a wet noodle now. The old one was kind of stiff. This one is, I've got one side of it off. This one is just awesome. It just lays across whatever. So that wasn't one of the things I mentioned as a change, but that is an awesome improvement in my opinion. So we're going to turn off the lights. We'll turn them all off. It's going to get rather dark. Take this, see if we get a little bit of brightness here. Actually, I have my, look at that. I've got my computer open. Shut that. But look at that. I'm gonna have trouble focusing because it's completely dark in here. That reflection isn't the camera on the screen. Flip that around. Very, very easy to read. And it's pitch black down here. If I take I'm waving my hand in front of the camera right now. You can't even see it. That in itself, the crown and that have totally sold me on this watch. Now it, as far as the Lume lasting, it seems to be pretty good. I haven't actually sat there and watched it. But I know I've gotten up, I've even worn this to sleep, by the way, which is probably not the best idea. But I know I've gotten up in the middle of the night and looked at 3 o'clock in the morning. I did it, in fact, a couple nights ago, and it was still lit up. So I was pretty impressed by that. I don't know if it was quite as bright, but I could read it easily. I mean, right now it's so bright that, and I just held it up to the light for a second just to get a little bit of charge on it. It's so bright that, I mean, it'll almost light a room. Obviously, it's a sapphire crystal glass. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. But that's kind of from the last one, which, again, we'll give you some, we'll give you a link to the initial review down there on that. There she is in all her beauty. I did put a little scratch on it here. Like I said, I've worn it to work and everything. My hands are dirty right now. I've been working on guns down here, reloading. But the nice thing about stainless steel, you just take a pad, like a 3M pad, and just buff it right on out. Go ahead and put it on the wrist. Now, I don't have the biggest wrist in the world, so there you go. Just wanted to focus on my hand. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. All these lights. I've got it rather bright in here just to give a better picture on the camera. But it lays nicely on the wrist. That's another thing I liked about this. So it fits just exactly like that. And again, these aren't copies, but it reminds me of it. This has got more cut ends right here, more grip than the GSAR does. It's this thing. There it goes. It's moving now. I haven't worn this in over a month, so it's been a while since I wore that one. Might have to rock that one again after I get done playing with this one, but I might even sell that one. So look for some eBay auction possibly, because this one is just phenomenal. I think the Lume may last a little longer on that one, but it's really faint. If you have a marathon, you'll notice that it's faint. It does, you know, it'll light the entire time, but it's just real faint. It's hard to read. This one is definitely easy to read, so it's a keeper. And if I can get that other one back from my aunt, I will do so. 42 millimeter. I mean, we could measure it all again. I'll probably just put a link in the video. I definitely will, like we did the last one, but we can measure it again here real quick just to show you. Get it on inches. It actually measures 43, and I thought it was 43 actually, but it is 42 claimed on the website, but it's 43. But it wears more like a, yeah, I don't know, it wears like a 43. So $275 or $1,200, you decide. Because I guarantee in 10 years they'll both still be running. Really like it. So I'm going to change out the strap, put it on for the night. Now I like this strap, but I've been wearing this black one. It kind of matches my work attire a little better. I'm weird about that. So and this one, I just show you how easy it is to put other straps on this one. Oops, I'm looking at the camera, so don't pay attention to me, I guess. This is the one I usually wear. There we go. So there's another look for you, in all black. I like it with I like it with both. Unfortunately, this is the only watch I have. It's 22 millimeters, so I've had to buy a 22 millimeter lug width, so I've had to buy several straps. But you see this black one with on both sides with those, it makes it look even a little bigger. That's kind of what you can expect from all black if you're looking to get a black strap for it. So there you have it. Feel free to post any questions or comments. If you anything, or if you want to link your own review to it, that's fine. I guarantee you, if you've got this watch, you're going to be happy with it. Actually, I'm going to put this out here. And if you're looking for a new watch, I would definitely recommend it. $275 again. I know I've mentioned that like 20 times, but hard to believe. Yeah, you can get an Invicta for $100. but it's an Invicta, which is not bad. I mean, it's still got a Seiko movement, but you don't have these other refinements, and I don't trust the Invictas for the water depth and all that. And you can find other NH35 movements for cheaper, you know, not much. Just about anything with this movement, it's going to be 200 plus, 400, you know, 500. I've seen them go wherever. But this is probably, if you were going to put a different name on a more well-known name or anything like that, it's going to be a $500-600 watch easily, I would say. I'm no expert, but that's what I would guess, because I've paid more for lesser watches all day long. Tissot, I've got a few of those. I've paid more, a lot more for those, and I've got one that's broke right now. So, and I didn't do anything to break it. It just broke, which I guess could happen to any watch, but I'd rather it happen to a $275 watch. But I don't think it'll break, so there you go. Again, questions or comments, post those below, subscribe, and thanks for watching.